Hey everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler. This is Pox and Friends. This is an interesting hand here. The double Thoughtseize is tempting. I think I'm going to mulligan it, just given that this is almost a mulligan anyways with this hand, but that hand was tempting. You know, obviously you get punished, that's how it works. Alright, looks like our opponent is also considering whether or not to mulligan. Oh, that's awesome. Our opponent said he's a fan of the videos. If that's me. It was me. Recording now, so hello. Thanks for watching. Can't quite catch a break here, though. Yep, alright. Yep, that's a keeper. Well, sometimes you mulligan to 3. Our opponent mulligan to 6. Ready to see the spice. Well, not seeing it in this game, buddy. I'll tell you that much. I see we're getting Troned. Fair enough. Yep, okay, good draw. Well, I almost don't even want to show our opponent anything. And we're clearly not winning this game. Let's see what our next draw is. Okay, I'm just going to scoop this one. There's no reason. We know what our opponent's doing, and there's no reason to show them what we're doing. All right. Normal Tron sideboard here. Remove some of the stuff that doesn't matter as much. Collective Brutality is actually pretty bad. I think Bloodghast is pretty bad. Fatal Push is not good here. I think this is what we want. I don't think Ruined Halo is good. I don't think we want Damnation or Ley Lines. I think Bloodghast is kind of the worst thing here. You know, it's Bloodghast versus Brutality. Maybe Brutality is even better because it at least does something. I just don't think Bloodghast is super relevant, but I also think it's fine. Like, we're just playing one, and it can be very good. And you know what? It's a value discard to, you know, other stuff, whereas Brutality would not be. All right, this hand's a little better. Hopefully the discard plan is good enough this time around. This hand is real good if we draw Smallpox, I know that. All right, let's see what the damage is. Double Brutality, Ancient Stirrings, Sylvan Scrying, and 2 of the land types. All right, I think I take the Scrying here. And Surgical. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't need a Surgical until his turn 2 on his draw step. That way we may actually catch him drawing another one. Ooh, nice draw. All right. I don't know if it counts as spice, but this is pretty good. All right, so we'll stop on our opponent's turn in his draw step. So this is way better than just firing off that Surgical before, because now we get to see the max amount of cards from him. Plus, if either of his last 2 draw steps was another Sylvan Scrying, we get to actually take it. I mean, it wasn't. So our opponent can Brutality us, that doesn't matter. Land of War Waste, so okay. And he's got a Stirring, so our opponent certainly could be going off here, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad. And we do have Stony Silence, which neuters quite a bit. So there's one Wormcoil, a bunch of Karns, some Ugins, and some Moonlit. So he's got a... Alright, so he's got some big mana stuff here for us to worry about. Opponent's hand, though, not very good against us. In fact, doesn't even have green mana for the Ancient Stirring sound thanks to us ripping that Stony Silence. So we might just get a Ride Liliana to victory here. Sure. Swing and a miss, buddy. It happens, though. Trust me. Been there. Ooh. kind of nice. All right, so we'll just Liliana, ditch our other Liliana. All right, well, I think we're doing all right here. Our opponent pitches an irrelevant card. Our opponent's just got to try to get mana, but he's got a lot of dead cards and a lot of dead draws. All right, so there's the green mana for the Ancient Stirring, so it certainly could be a problem. I think we're going to get our opponent to the top of the, playing on the top of their deck pretty quickly here, but I think he revealed Nurse's Mine. Yeah, okay, great. So there's a second mine. So that just means we target the power plant if we have anything that can do so. All right, Inquisition our opponent here. Yeah, sure, we'll take the Brutality. Take the map. And get the mine. Okay, well, this kind of works. Our opponent doesn't have Tron, doesn't have any cards in hand, has a bunch of dead draws. So things seem pretty okay for us. And we have sweet stuff like that we can draw. All right, well, I decree that until my next turn, my Stony Silence will deal no damage. All right, so now we get to start firing up Gideon. We actually have a clock, a very slow clock, right? It's going to take 5 turns, but it is a clock. Well, that's a nice draw for our opponent, if it could do anything, but it cannot. I wish I could play that. Not enough that I'm going to do anything about it, but I do wish I could play it. Alright, send in the goons. And by that I mean this Gideon. I do get an ultimate my opponent next turn and destroy a land. Which is fine. About all we can hope for. We just split up the power plant at the mine and the artifacts don't matter right now. So opponent does have nature's claim, but alright, so let's ultimate here. So we actually know that there's a map, so he's slightly more likely to draw power plant than map. So the power plant is the one that goes by itself, and we split like this because these don't matter. And without the green, he can't nature's claim this, and he's slightly more likely to draw a power plant than a mine. Oh, so that means I do it like this, doesn't it? Because I assume he's keeping the power with the 2 lands. So he's less likely to draw another mine. Right? Because I think we've seen 2 of them. Yeah, because, yeah. So this is what we want to do. Yeah, so I assume our opponent keeps this one, which means he's out his artifacts, so nature's claiming our thing just, for the moment, doesn't do anything, yeah. And he's, still got 1 piece of Tron, which he'd have no matter what, but in this case, he's slightly less likely to finish Tron. Next turn, we actually, we really get to change things here, because now we drew this, oh, he was going to get it too. Drew the Shambling Vent. Oh, tempting. I can just fire up Shambling Vent and attack for 6. I may as well play this, though. I think it's still dead next turn anyways. All right, get in for 5 here. Or 4 rather, put him to 7. Our next hit hits for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, it's still lethal regardless. We get lifelink token. All right, I think we've managed to get game 2. Let's see if we can get game 3. I think Bloodghast is better here. Well, I know I like how we have the 1. Token producers are really important in this matchup, so I don't want to cut a 4-drop as much as I kind of want to. I think I'm just going to keep it. I'm tempted to have the other Bloodghast now that we're on the draw, because it's more likely that there's some way where we try to pressure a turn 3 Gideon, or a turn 3 Karn or something with it. But we'll see. All right, our opponent going deep into... So our scoop plan in game 1 worked, where we mulliganed to 3 and then drew 2 lands and had 5 lands in our 5 cards. The fact that our opponent had to go into sideboarding blind gave away to us immediately what they were playing might have actually worked out, since the fact he's now taking time between games 2 and 3 to sideboard, whereas he didn't really after game 1. It's a good sign. All right, this seems like a keep. It's not the world's most amazing hand, but you know what? It's got a plan. Yeah. That plan might not be very good if our opponent just has what I assume they have. Oh, they don't. Okay, great. Well, we'll take a Stirrings here. Yep. Okay, this works out. I assumed our opponent would have 2 pieces of Tron and map for the 3rd one, but that's not the case, so I assume he's still going to crack the map here. Excuse me, which means I get value out of this Thoughtseize by getting the other Ancient Stirrings. Yeah, and I mean the Brutality, I don't care if it makes us discard Lingering Souls. We just have to keep him... Drew another Power Plant, okay. Well, we just have to keep him off of Tron so they can't cast Ugin on us. Yeah, it's probably about as much as we can hope for on the draw against Tron. Where we, you know... We didn't really get to play game 1, but to be fair, our game 1 matchup against Tron probably isn't great anyways. Oh, we got Blooming Marsh. Interesting, okay. I guess he needs the mana since he wasn't going to have the 3rd. He just wants to Collective Brutality us here. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't bother me, I'm just playing Gideon this turn. And he drew a star. Yeah, we need to draw some non-land cards, though, so that's a thing. I guess I may as well make an emblem. Don't know if the emblem's going to matter much, but whatever. Okay, well, here comes nothing, hopefully. Or another... And our opponent... Oh, no! Alright, it's all you, Gideon. It's all on you. Give me another Planeswalker, please, off the top. I mean, heck, even discard's fine. We have a lot of good draws. Very few bad draws. 3 power plants, yeah, living the dream over there. Another star, though. Yeah, cycle away. Please don't be Ancient Stirrings. Okay. Ooh, Smallpox, huh? Not the best draw ever, but far from the worst. It's pretty solid. It gets something out of our opponent's hand, which may or may not matter. But it gets rid of a land. So, you know, this is one of those games where our opponent didn't turbo Tron, but they might just get to where they could naturally cast, you know, some sort of powerful card. So we can at least prevent that. Guess I'll get this plane since I don't have a lot of other options here. All right, we'll get on in with Gideon. Getting in with Gideon. All right, opponent down to 15. I mean, Smallpox was a nice break-even draw. Really want to draw another Planeswalker to try to get ahead on board here. Especially now that our opponent is threatening Tron as soon as they find a mine. I mean, they have Tron. Ugh. And Ugin. Liliana is not going to be good enough. I think that we've died. -3, exile everything we do. Yeah, game's over. Fun while it lasted. There's nothing we can do there. We had a little bit of disruption. We had some Planeswalkers. Our opponent had Zugan, so we weren't able to interact with it. We whiffed pretty hard on the last few draw steps there, in terms of, you know, we had, oh, and handed your Karn, because why not? All right, well. GG, I suppose. I thought the last card was Ugin. Oh, they discarded Ugin. Mm. I guess we minus here. I missed if they discarded Ugin earlier in the game. Okay, we did not hit our... Well, the O-Stone, he doesn't really want an O-Stone, though. He just plus his Karn, kills with Karn. Yeah, sure, there's a relic. We needed to hit like a Fulminator. We needed to hit Fulminator Mage there, essentially, or Bloodghast. Plussing it didn't do anything, because then our opponent just pluses Karn and then minuses it, and we... Yeah, doesn't change much. Fake counter on Karn, you say? Well, that's a card. That just gets exiled. Alright, we're dead. Good games, good games, good games. Yeah, I thought he had Ugin in hand. I missed that he discarded it. But it doesn't matter because it just means we would have played the Liliana a turn earlier and still not found anything with it. So it didn't actually change what was going on there. This is the game where I wanted Bloodghast, so we could have pressured Karn a little bit. As is, we were dead no matter what we did. Did our best, but, you know, it's Tron. You kind of need a pretty particular set of cards against him. And we had what we wanted. Interesting. We had what we wanted early. We just couldn't find it late. That's funny. I would have liked to have drawn that. I actually don't think we have answers to Karn, though, regardless. All right. Well, good games. Good games. You got me, Tron. Thanks for playing. That's all right. That was a good match. Thanks for watching, everybody.